Hey everyone, I am Dano Callahan and welcome to Dano's Art News. It is February the 4th, 2021, and it is the anniversary of my uploading of the very first video of this channel last year. I figured what better day to get back into it. The reason I haven't been making videos for the last 2 months is I dislocated my shoulder at the beach. A wave just smashed me into the sand, and I've had some sick leave, and I still have another week or so of sick leave from my day job. So I figured I'd just take this time to take it easy, enjoy Christmas, and work on some other things, do some writing and whatnot. So yeah, I'm sorry. I could have probably kept making videos, but I think it would have been a bit of a struggle. I would have risked stuffing up my arm even more. And so I've been doing a lot of physio and I'm on the mend, and I'm really hyped to get back into making weekly videos. I did announce some new comic book series that I'm working on, and there's a really ambitious project coming out of my tiny little publisher, which really does just consist of myself, Ardent Comics. But this altruist project, which consists of these brand new characters, I have been drawing and writing their stories, and I was really excited to introduce you to the titles of these series. And there's so much more that I'm going to introduce to you guys throughout the year. I'm pretty eager to approach some other artists and talk about, co-writing some comics with people, and also, working with other artists as well. So yeah, that's the personal area of news coming from me directly. This is how I'm going to split up Dano's Art News. I'm thinking I'll do a little bit of personal news, a bit of national news, and then international, and perhaps even some interplanetary news, whatever that may be. So let's press on. On to national news. The Australian government wants to bring in a new thing called the News Media Bargaining Code, which basically means Google will be forced to pay news publishers to have their news articles featured in Google or on Facebook or on basically any social media platform, I suppose. But the headrunners are Google and Facebook. They're charging out and fiercely fighting against this. Apparently they're sending out messages on a regular basis. Previously, Google had even threatened to pull the search engine from Australia entirely. Where this pertains to art news is that, on a small level, I use Google Images from time to time to reference photographs and images for my own illustrations, whether I'm drawing a character in a comic book or whatever. But at a much bigger level and a much more, important level, we all use Google and Facebook to promote our businesses and to sell our artworks, through links, through ads and etc. And for one group of private corporations to have special access to algorithms, and that they specifically get paid for their links. Like, I understand that news media outlets such as newspapers and whatnot, they're in decline. They're suffering, losses of income through that channel. But that's just the way it goes. This is the digital age, people. We're moving on and up to new things, and they're not adapting. I mean, that maybe they'll suggest that this is their form of adapting, but I just don't see why their private group should get a law passed, media bargaining code brought in through government to advantage them and them alone. It's silly. But reports have come out today that the Prime Minister has spoken with Google's global boss, and that there is more positive dialogue happening. So maybe we won't have to use Bing after all. Who the hell would want that, right? Of course, Australia's largest media companies such as Nine Entertainment Co. and News Corp are urging the government to pass the laws. I just question whether this is something that shouldn't be a news media bargaining code that's brought in by the government, but why not have it as something that the private companies negotiate over? International art news. Rick and Morty creator, what's his fucking name? Rick and Morty creator Justin Roiland has sold over $1 million worth of crypto art. What is crypto art? It's a non-fungible token, right? That's how the cryptocurrency community refers to it as. It pertains to Ethereum cryptocurrency, and basically, I'll give you a little description of what the hell this is, how this works, there's a few articles that I'll link to below, which probably explain it a lot better than I will, but here we go. Crypto art is basically, it's digital art, but it has a ledger attached to it that signifies ownership. So if you compare it to like traditional art, when you bid on a piece of artwork, a physical piece of artwork, whether it's on canvas with oil paint on it, or a sculpture or whatever, you bid on that piece, and then you physically, if you win the bid, you own it, and you have it, and you can decide to have it in your home or at a museum or whatever. Digital artwork, illustrations such as Justin Roiland's, which are created on a computer with an iPad or whatever the hell you've used, perhaps even 3D digital software, these pieces are very easily distributed through the internet, which is fantastic. And one would argue that even increases the value of a piece as the popularity and as the spread of that piece of artwork is distributed throughout the whole world. But the question of ownership, in terms of the creator, often there'll be a signature and that can be identified. But using blockchain technology, using what Bitcoin has used previously, which are basically, the basic way to put it is that there are several computers all over the world that are sent information of a purchase or a sale of crypto, and in this case, crypto art, and those computers all verify the validity of that purchase or sale. Every computer verifies the ledger, and it exists on the network of cryptographed artwork. The group who has sold Justin Roiland's pieces, Nifty Gateway. There are some unique features that come with selling a digital artwork through a blockchain as a crypto artwork, such as the number of editions, you can multiply them, and there's also a royalty that can be attributed to each artwork. As I was lying in bed, not much to do, just trying to nurse this arm and make sure that my shoulder didn't pop out at a rollover of the bed or whatever, I was thinking, what is a significant thing that one might do as an artist these days? I mean, there's many things that you could do, but to be remembered for an exceptionally long time, like not just for, your lifetime, but to be remembered like 1,000 years from now, what's something that someone might do? And I did have one thought. What if an artist was to be the first artist to paint a portrait of the Earth from the moon? Has it been done? I don't think it has. But I would have the guts to do it. I don't have the funds to do it. But, and of course, flights aren't going at the moment. But it was announced by Elon Musk and SpaceX, and I think NASA has some involvement, that at the end of this year there will in fact be commercial flights of rockets going up into space. I think previously I would have been scared, but I think I've got the guts to do it. I think I could be the first artist to paint a picture on the moon. That would be awesome. And of course, like I said, you have the potential to be remembered for hundreds of years, I reckon, as the first artist. So of course, now that I've slipped out my plan of, working towards being that person, somebody else will probably beat me to it. But the question is, how many artists have the guts to go up in a bloody rocket and do such a crazy thing? Musk did, of course, launch some rockets, and apparently they exploded. So I have every confidence, though, that eventually we will be making art in outer space. So keep your eyes open for that. The comparisons that were made, my passing resemblance to John Krasinski, it did partly inspire this video. Good news that he's been doing on the internet. I was like, yeah, I could do a version of that. Good art news. And so here we have it, Dano's Art News. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have any other stories that you want to send through of art news going on in the world, please comment them below or email me at dan@doartwithdan.com. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing. and for commenting. It was so awesome to see that viral video, the PS5 customization video, go, you know, through the roof. For me, it was viral. You know, it's sort of a micro virality compared to others, but for me, it was really exciting and awesome to see, and you know, really validating. So, thank you. I look forward to producing some awesome videos this year, and you know, communicating with you guys and interacting with you guys and having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, 2021, Do Art with Dan. It's going to go off. It's going to be fun. We're going to go to the moon maybe. All right. Thank you guys.